My name is Shane Fryer, and I am one of the co-leaders of our 3-day glimpse into coaching. You were probably invited, if not by me, one of the other leaders or one of the amazing coaches that we have on our team, which means that they saw something in you. There's a reason that they reached out to you and said, hey, have you ever considered doing something like this? I'd like to invite you to take a look. Please know that it is very difficult to invite someone to something. It's hard to be told no. And so just know that whoever invited you obviously saw something in you, and that is such a huge compliment. And so I hope you know that it took courage for them to do that, and you should feel really good that they think that you would make an amazing coach and that they want you as part of their team. So just keep that in mind, that you're here for a reason, and I do believe you're in the right place at the right time, because I do believe things happen for a reason. And with that, I'm going to kind of just jump in really fast to really quick the short version of my story, because it actually is very short. 4.5 years ago, I went to the gym like I did 6 days a week. I worked all day, and then I got my kids from 2 different locations, 2 different places. I fed them dinner in the car that I heated up at work, and we went to the gym, and I was there approximately an hour and a half. And then I woke up and I did the whole thing over again. And this one day, I wish he was home right now to share with you. My son was standing next to me and then not there anymore. And I see that he had went up to this table. Now this is the same table. I went like this and I beelined past it because I'm busy. Put my hat on, no time. I don't have time to talk to anybody. I gotta go. Why? I gotta feed my husband dinner. I need to get the kids in the bath. There's homework, right? I need to go. So I wasn't gonna spend any time talking to anybody. It was long enough of a night. So I walked right by. But my son had different plans. I turn around and he's standing at this table, and swear to you, chocolate all over his mouth, drinking chocolate Shakeology, which is our flagship meal replacement. I'm mortified now. I have to go up there. And I do. And that's where I was introduced to the meal replacement that I truly believe has made every difference in my health, my fitness, being able to be in the best shape of my life over 40, my kids' health, my husband's digestion, absolutely, and what has turned into having a team, a 3-time top team with over 2,200 coaches. And that wasn't my vision. It's important you know that I just wanted to be better. I wanted to be healthier. I wanted to feel better. And there was a tool that I researched, and I said, that can get me there. And who doesn't need a super easy, fast breakfast? I thought everybody, it just seemed very easy to me. I can share that. I can do that. And that's what I did. I just started being a product of it by having it every day, and then just telling my friends and family. And then slowly, I'm like, oh, I could use Facebook. There was no training. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just was so passionate about how I felt, and I believe everybody needs it in their life. And so I just wake up every day and I'm like, who else can I share this with? Who else doesn't know that this is out there? Because had my son not gone up to that guy at some table on a random Tuesday 4.5 years ago, I had never heard of it. And that's how I've worked 7 days a week for 4.5 years, is who else needs this? Because I believe everybody does. I believe it needs to be in everybody's cabinet. I think it needs to be part of everyone's day. It's their vitamins, it's their nutrients, it's all of their antioxidants, it's everything wrapped up. It's perfection. And that's just what I believe, 120% with my heart and soul. And that's all I did. At the time, I was a full-time working social worker in a children's court, working in child custody matters. So it was difficult. Very difficult situations that I was in every day. My office had no windows. I worked Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5 o'clock. And then, like I already shared with you, I was at the gym till 7. I didn't have time. I didn't think I had time. And I know that's what so many people are thinking. I'm so busy. Like, how could I add one more thing? I'm so busy. And I know, because you are. I get it. And so what I quickly realized was we are busy, but there's periods of time, pockets of time in our day that we don't realize unless we really break it down. Think back a little bit. Remember before you had kids? Think about that. Kind of hard, right? Say you have kids right now. You remember how busy you thought you were? Then you had kids. Busy had a new definition. I see all the time, I used to think I was busy. See, we are busy, but I do believe if you kind of back up and look at everything we fill our day with, when something else is added, we figure it out, don't we? Like when our kids are sick, we figure it out. We become really busy, but it all gets done because we prioritize differently. We get rid of the fluff. And so that's what I want to share with you if you're here with us. And it's honestly so overwhelming to me that I'm in a group with over 860 people. Like, that is just so, that just blesses me, because what an amazing way for us to get our message out, for us to talk to you and say, gosh, I hope you're listening to this. Please hear these words. Understand that, this opportunity could be so life-changing if you let it. And I do believe you can fit it in. Now, the question really becomes, well, what do I want to do with this opportunity? Is it that I really need to get healthier and I want to either start drinking Shakeology, or I want to get back on Shakeology, or I want to start drinking it for the first time? And I don't need another bill. So how could I pay for it? You can do that in an hour a day broken up. 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at lunch, or maybe an hour at night, or 30 minutes at night, or 10, 10, 10, 10. I do believe that shake would be paid for and you'd be drinking it free the rest of your life. All the way up to wanting to build a large business. You get out what you put in, right? Like anything else. But what I will tell you is, once you get bit by the bug, I've had coaches say, okay, but I'm only doing an hour. And then all of a sudden, I just had someone say it recently, they're like, all right, so like in all these spare minutes I have, I find myself like messaging people and like looking on the website. It's just so fun. And I'm like, yes, exactly. When you enjoy what you do, it doesn't feel like work. I've had to drag myself away from the computer. I'm like, I can't believe I just put that time in. But it just lifts me up. It just, makes me better. And so it just doesn't feel that way. And I know that may not make sense yet, but you have to trust me on this one. So working full time in a court, how did I do it? How was I able to retire after 10 years of service at the age of 41 last July? Because that's what I did. There are hidden minutes everywhere. One vital behavior we do as coaches is personal development. We try to work at we want to be better versions of us. And my personal development was always done in my car on my radio. I don't listen to music anymore because when I'm in my car, I'm multitasking. How? I'm listening to my personal development. I had 20 minutes to work, 20 minutes home, 40 minutes a day that I was really able to just kind of fuel myself, my soul, like push me, that drove me. And so audible.com is an amazing tool, and that gives you the opportunity to be able to do that from anywhere. Washing dishes, folding laundry is a big one for me, but driving in the car is where I was able to get all of that done. And that's really important as you are building a business. Waiting for the school bus, 10 minutes right there. My favorite, CVS, getting a prescription. I don't know, that's gotta be 15 minutes. I used to be able to do all my follow-ups. I'd be able to maybe make a business post. So many opportunities throughout the day that I used. When I had to speak to my coaches, I did it on my Bluetooth on my ride home. Personal development in the morning, and then I could do 2 coach calls or 2 customer calls on my ride home. I was only driving, right? So there's opportunities to kind of to get things done if you don't have a big solid bulk of an hour or 2 hours. And then what I decided to do, because my vision was that I was going to make this my full-time career. I saw what other coaches were doing and achieving, and I knew there was nothing different about them except time. They had been doing it longer, and I thought they were working harder than me probably at that time. So I knew I couldn't fix time, but I could work a little harder. And I saw what they were achieving. And then I looked at my own life and I thought, why not me? So I pushed harder. I'm not saying everyone has to do this, but there's gonna be something that probably has to go, right? Something that we like doing. But the question is it worth it, right? When you have a bigger vision, when you have a why, like to be home with your children, can you give up Friday night with the girls? Can you give up, I don't know, softball league, maybe television? For me, it was television. It really wasn't that hard to do because I was enjoying this so much, but that's how I was able to work my business when my children went to bed at night. So I would work my business after 9 p.m. each day. So I got up 30 minutes early to get my workout over with. I did my personal development in the car on my way to the office. If I had a few minutes throughout the day, I would pick up my phone, check my messages, follow up with a couple people. On my ride home from work, I would do coach calls or any customer calls while I was driving. And then when my children went to bed, I would sit down and put in my solid hour or more, depending on what I wanted to accomplish that day. And I did that every single day. And that is what resulted in me being able to say, that I was going to own my time, that I was going to determine how I was going to live my life. So I hope that helped clarify, a little bit about what we do. Being a product of the product, doing a workout, right? 30 minutes, I had to get up earlier. There was no way else. Personal development, listening or reading every day. That's part of our job. Talking to people, networking, and trust me, if you're like, I don't know what that means, you're gonna be taught all of that in our training programs. Sending friend requests, saying hi to people, thanking people for liking your post. Thank you so much for the support on my post. Inviting people, hey, would you like a spot in my free challenge? I'm doing a free sugar group. Would you like to come in? And just building relationships slowly over time. That can be done in such small pockets of time. And that's how I did it. Being a mom of 2, a wife, and a full-time social worker in a children's court. The key is I did it every day. Small behaviors compounded over time create incredible results. You heard that one? It's from The Compound Effect. Amazing book. Small behaviors compounded over time create amazing results, just like doing your workout every day. So when you panic a little or get stressed that you can't do this, I want you to know that I understand that, and I'm not saying it will always be easy. What I'm saying is it will be worth it. And the support you're going to have from your coach, because if you're in this group, that means your coach is on one of our teams. You are never going to be alone. I know our next training programs are starting early February, so that's another amazing reason to get started. The other thing to keep in mind is the worst thing that can happen. The worst thing that can happen if you're like, this was the worst decision of my life. The worst thing that can happen by joining us next week as a coach is that you're going to be healthier, if for nothing else. And that alone changes your life. Because when you feel good about you, everything about you changes. Your relationships, your mood, right? That's a pretty good worst case scenario, if you ask me. I think you just have to believe that you can do it and be open to a little sacrifice and being coachable, allowing us to help you, because the help will be there. Sometimes I can't imagine had I skipped the gym that night. And so I hope that you believe enough in yourself to say, I deserve to give this a chance. Because there's people in your life that if you don't join, will never hear about our opportunity, our products, our solution to possibly saving their life. Because that's what we do. We offer a solution. And it's not just health and fitness, it's freedom of time, it's financial freedom, it's purpose, it's vision. And I just don't think we should settle. I just don't think we should settle, because we don't deserve it, you don't deserve it. And with that, thank you for listening. It's really hard not to get emotional, because I thank God every day that someone told me about this opportunity. And so that's why we make it such a point to share this with you. Just know that we are going to be with you every step of the way. We have your back. And again, you're in the right place at the right time. If you have any questions, post them in this thread. I promise I'll get back to you. If I wasn't specific enough about what I do or Power Pockets, ask me a question. Give me a scenario. Let me help you explain. I want to make sure when when this group ends in a day or so, that you don't walk away like, I still don't know about this. Our job is to make sure you understand 110% the obligation, the requirements. So please, if you're still questioning it, catch up on a couple of videos, but please ask questions. I guarantee if you ask a question, someone's gonna say, oh, I'm so glad you asked that. I had the same question. So no question is silly. With that, have an awesome Thursday. Thank you for listening. And we will be with you again quickly tonight to hear from another busy coach on how she manages her busy life and coaching. Talk to you guys soon.